feet when I touch down. Ay, a few G's on a bus down. Ay, 2 seats on a bus now. You can't take my pride. 2, 3 going up now. Down P in a motel. No beef from a cash cow. New keys to a black Cadillac going fast now. Too hard in the paint can't hold me. Couple chains in the bank can't own me. New friends, I'm still lonely. Let me be great, don't kill my vibe. A lot on my plate, can't waste my time. Cognac to the face, I chase these highs. Bags in a safe, tryna save my life. Too hard in the paint can't hold me. Couple chains in the bank can't own me. New friends, I'm still lonely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Trey Fan Podcast. I'm your host, Rashawn. I'm thrilled to be joined by the Hooligans Softball team. Welcome, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Just introduce yourself so everyone knows who you guys are.
So I'm Shaun. I'm the pitcher for the Hooligans. I also deal with the operations of the team.
Yeah, I'm Daniel. I'm the president for the Hooligans.
Yeah, and I'm Joseph. I am the founder, the captain. And yeah.
I like how you throw the captain in there just to make sure everyone knows. I'm excited for you guys to be here, man. This is something that just happened in a couple of weeks, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. So first things first, Joe, how did you guys all meet, and where did the team even come up? Like, how do you guys come up with the concept?
Yeah, for sure. So pretty much this team was just an idea to begin with, right? My background is in cricket. I've been playing cricket all my life, and I kind of wanted to find another sport where I could transfer over my skills, right? So I'm like, okay, cricket, baseball, softball, why not, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much, I joined a co-ed team, which is males and females at first, and then I was by myself, right? Eventually, the co-ed team lost a couple guys, so I started calling in some of my other friends, which is Stefan and some other guys or whatever, right? And we excelled, right? So after that season finished, me and Stefan came together. We're like, hey, let's make a guys team. Let's make our own team. Why not, right? So we brought in Shaun. We brought in Naiem.
The MVP.
We brought in the president, and it literally we just figured it out and jumped deep into this whole hooligans thing, right? And yeah, that's how we started.
Was there a lot of men's leagues around in the area, or was it kind of hard to find because of?
No. So when I was playing on the co-ed teams, there was always a women's co-ed, whatever it is, and men's side by side, right?
Yeah.
So the guys would actually come over and watch us, right? And then they would be like, "Oh, yo, you guys are good. You want to play?" So we kind of got recruited like that, right? Yeah. But eventually we started our own thing.
How was the transition from playing cricket to softball and baseball? Like, was it tough for you at the start, or was it like just picked it up and just no issues with it?
Yeah, well, I play cricket, so I I played the softball before, as for fun.
Yeah.
And it kind of transferred over easy because it's bat and ball, right? Same skills, same concept. It's just different rules, right? And it did take a little while to learn all the rules for softball because it is different, right?
Yeah.
You can't run past the base. You can't carry your bat with you, right? You got to dash your bat when you hit the ball, or it's one of those kind of things. So yeah.
For sure. So how do you guys stay motivated throughout an up and down season? For all you guys can answer.
Staying motivated is easy. It's an easy sport.
Yeah.
It's all pretty much a mind game, and knowing the rules is the most important thing. But
I know for other sports too, and even making a team, there was probably a lot of ups and downs due to, seeing if you guys can be able to merge and stuff. So was there any players that you guys had on your team that wasn't able to gel, or most of the time it was just a good vibe with everybody?
I can take that. Pretty much. So our background in this whole journey that we had is when I started this team. I'm not gonna lie, we didn't have world-class players, I guess, right? Or very good players, right? It was my cousins, right? My friends, and it's just an excuse to come out the house.
Yeah.
Right? That first season was in 2023. I'm not gonna lie to you, our record was 1-29. There's 30 games in the season.
Oh shit.
All right. We won one game. And I think that's because the guys were drunk on the other
Yeah.
team. And, I think Stefan hit a home run or something and we walked it off and we won. All right. Coming around to season last year now, right? The guys who weren't that good is still part of the team, still part of our crew.
Yeah.
But I kind of pulled a couple guys that I seen been playing other teams, which is Savage and Naiem. And
Yeah.
those guys, they were playing on different teams or whatnot. And I said, hey, look, we're building something here. Let's start from scratch and let's make this happen, right? Now we have a team of maybe 10 to 12 guys, I want to say. And our record,
Dedicated guys.
Dedicated guys. And our
Yes,
record right now, last year was plus 500, which turned
Yeah.
it like crazy. You went to the semifinals, lost by 1 run. I believe you should have won the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, right?
Learning
So, yeah.
experience.
So it was a learning curve for sure for all of us.
What leagues did you guys play in?
So last year we played in CSPL, which is Centennial Park.
Yeah.
They're going through some construction this year for
Yeah.
the season. So they had a diamond shortage. So
Yeah.
that being said, they didn't have space for a lot of the teams or where we wanted to be this season.
Yeah.
So Brampton has a league which is called Extreme, which
Yeah.
we joined up with them. Now, with the amount of players that we have and more commitment, we decided to double up on it.
Yeah.
And we created 2 teams. So we're playing both Wednesdays and Thursdays. So we just added another 30 games.
I was gonna say another thing too that people realize, especially as we get older too, it's hard to have that kind of commitment. So to actually have those kind of players that are there all the time,
Of course.
it probably means a lot to you guys, obviously, because you guys dedicate, obviously, you said those certain days to it. During those process and dealing with the high pressure situations during the playoffs, what's the mindset that you guys have going into those games?
Yeah, so definitely the team goes out there with, a combination of focus, resilience, adaptability. It's all about a winner's mindset, right? We got to go out there and make those tough calls during the game and, adapt to in the moment to achieve the results that we get.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Don't let it get in your head. That's
yeah.
all it is.
'Cause that's the thing. It's
It's such a mind game, the sport.
Yeah.
It's not
So
it's not easy, but
to add on to that, so funny thing is when we joined this last year's league CSPL
Yeah.
Centennial, majority of the people were backgrounds of white descent,
Yeah.
right? So seeing a Guyanese team of all these little brown guys
Yeah.
coming in,
there
right?
was some adversity.
They kind of got shook, like they kind of laughed, right?
Would you guys say that you had like a chip on your shoulder?
Oh yeah,
basically?
for sure. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, these guys can't play. These guys play cricket, ABC, right?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we put 40 runs on them, and then they can't say nothing, right? Between the 2 games, right?
yeah, we shocked a few teams out there.
Oh yeah,
last
for
season,
sure. We got into a little confrontation or whatnot. Nothing crazy. Part
Yeah.
of the game always. But
It's a spec at the end of the day, but at the same time, like, I think that's what adds the adversity and why.
exactly.
Well, the fun part about it,
Yeah.
the group of guys we have, they're all competitive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So we all want to win, and we all have that mindset.
Yeah.
So staying on each other is what keeps us all together, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So how important is it for you guys to have teammates that fit everything you guys represent as a team?
So it's very important to us. Being the only Guyanese softball team in all of Canada.
Yeah.
We strive to keep our presence within the community and across the board, right? So we go out there, we have fun at the same time, but all of our teammates, they have the love and the passion for the sport as well, and that alone gives us the recognition that's important to us as a team.
How did you guys overcome like hurdles that you guys had to go through and push through with the adversity?
Let me get that.
Joseph.
You can
Yeah.
get that. I would say the biggest one was commitment, though.
So for sure, commitment was one of the big ones.
Yeah.
Because at first this was like, remember, people were like, oh yeah, we're just coming to Joseph's baseball team. Or,
Yeah.
like we're just gonna help him, right? Whereas now people are more committed, right? We've
Yeah.
seen what we have. We've seen our following grow from literally 10 people to 500 plus. On top of that, the biggest hurdle that I had personally,
Yeah.
right, was the rules. Right. So some guys came from cricket and didn't know how to play the game. So when I threw them in a game, they're like running like Forrest Gump, right? Whatever.
Oh,
Like,
so
they're just
they're-
running straight past the thing, right?
Not even running the first
That's
base.
actually
so
so
they're
funny.
Like
running to the-
literally,
they're
right?
running
Some
to the
guys
pitcher.
are running with the bat, and guys are like, well, are thinking, right? So those are the hardest things for me
Yeah.
because I had to teach them on the fly, right? They don't want to come to practice and blah 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 blah. They want to
Yeah.
play. Everyone wants to play game day, right? But yeah, that was the biggest hurdle, the rules. And once everyone got the rules, then it was smooth sailing.
Smooth sailings from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured probably like obviously going from one sport to another, there had to be like some transitions, things you guys had to do.
For sure,
so.
yeah.
Big changes. We got guys that play basketball, rec,
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm coming to one of the games, by the way.
Yeah, I know, for sure.
I
You should
can't play
definitely-
baseball, but I'm gonna learn.
We'll put you in. Don't
It's
worry.
it's such a fun
Put
sport,
you in
man.
your
Yeah.
And
fastest
now
to
that
play
we
ball.
implemented practice weekly,
Yeah.
and I think that's helped players like get a sense of communication,
Yeah.
chemistry, and building it with the team was a lot easier now that we have the practices. Before last year,
Yeah.
meeting somebody on game day for the first time and playing with them
Oh, is that,
it was tough.
Yeah,
But then
100%.
so how important would you guys say chemistry plays a factor in the team?
oh, that's extremely important. Honestly,
Yeah.
if you don't have chemistry with your teammates,
Doesn't
it's
matter
hard
what
to
any sport, yeah.
your head's not in it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Making throws, knowing how a player bats or how they catch or throw to you, for instance, you
Yeah.
got to know how you're gonna approach the ball, you know?
Yeah, and not only to add on that, right? We have some senior guys on the team.
Yeah.
Whereas they've been through a couple seasons or whatever the case may be, and the guys who just kind of came in, they trust us to lead them, right?
Yeah.
Like if Shaun says, "Hey, yo, we need a base hit," or I say, "Yo, a lock in" or something, right? Everyone comes together and they lock in. It's not like one guy's like, "Okay, yeah." Forget what this guy's saying, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's listening, and at the end of the day, that's why we won games, I think, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's coachable, everyone wants to win, everyone had one goal, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah, the
So-
attitude is very different.
exactly.
And no
If
one
you-
had egos, I'm assuming. Like,
No, and I can compare that to other teams that we've been playing on.
Yeah.
When the teams don't have a leader that they look up to, the team always goes sidetracked, right? The team splits up into like two different groups, and it's A and B. You're not only versing the other team, you're versing internally as well,
yeah.
which messes up the whole concept of why you're there, right? To
Yeah,
have
we got
fun.
like 6
and
leaders
whatever.
on our team alone.
And that's the thing,
Exactly.
like, you guys need to have that mutual respect, right?
Yep.
You guys all have the same goal, so that probably makes things a lot easier to get to your goal, obviously winning titles and stuff, right?
Exactly.
For sure, yeah.
So, Shaun, what sets your team apart from any other team in the league, you would say?
We're better.
Just simply put.
I'd say we're coming out pretty hard this year, but
Yeah.
I guess our culture is a big thing.
Yeah.
Adversity coming around, stuff like that. Let's say, I guess our skill level. I think we've stepped it up quite a bit in the off season.
Yeah.
And we're coming for a chip this year, no matter what.
Yeah. No, I think like one thing that people always like, well, I like to see is like, especially with you guys, is, you know, you guys are always showing that you're committed to, like, you know, you guys are going to practice is obviously what you talk about, and then now obviously being on social media, you're posting about it. So how do you balance obviously, you know, having that competitive drive with having fun? Because obviously you guys, I said everybody's very competitive on the team, right?
Yeah. This one is a very close subject to me,
Yeah.
because if you can ask all these guys here, they know that I don't mess around.
Hey,
right?
who gets yelled at mostly for if things
It's
get
not me. I'm the
To yell
MVP.
at, no one gets yelled at. I kind of yell
You lying?
at everybody. No, I don't really yell at people. But I'm very passionate.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, say for example, like, there was a time in one of the games where we're losing, right? And
Yeah.
everyone's on the side laughing, ha 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 ha, right?
Yeah.
And we're down maybe 5-6 runs. And I told I wouldn't want to say exactly what I said, right? But I pretty much told them like, yo, you guys don't want to play. There's a co-ed, there's women's leagues out here, and you guys go find another league and get off my team, kind
Yeah.
of thing, right? And mind you, we won that game. We came
Oh,
back
there
and
goes
won, came back
Yeah,
and
it
won
was
the
a pretty
game.
heated
Motivation, you know,
moment.
leaders.
Yeah,
It was a
for
pretty
sure.
heated moment
And,
on the team.
Which is normal though, right?
For sure, yeah. But after that, we all still did a barbecue. You know, we
Some
vibed
teams
out
don't get
after.
over things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Right out. Whatever happens on the field stays on the field. Right. And then off the field, we're all boys. At the end of the day, we
Yeah.
all have each other's backs. And I think that our bond for a team, I haven't seen in any other team that I've been on. Honestly. Right.
And you guys made this team in 2023, right?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, and you guys already have such a strong bond. That's
Exactly.
you know, that's not really like
exactly.
seen properly, you know.
I think I played maybe 1 or 2 games with you guys the 23
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
And then I was full time last year.
Mhm.
Damn. So when you guys, just a quick question, actually, like going through like the recruitment process, like, do you guys just reach out to like players and stuff, or just people that hit you guys up like, yo, we're interested. If you guys need people.
I can answer that. We've had people like just hit us up out
Yeah.
of the blue, and honestly, if you're not athletic, it's kind of hard to train somebody.
So you're like, oh, we'll think about
For
it.
sure. And we've held practices where we've had new players, people have never played a sport, come
Yeah.
and try. And of course, those are not the ones that really get the call back, but you can see the commitment. And
Yeah.
really, I think that's the most important thing. We've added maybe 2 or 3 new players to the team this year, and they've been coming to practice every week. And I'd say it's going to be fun. It's especially because they have veterans like us on the team.
Yeah.
Where they can take, some advice and skill set.
To add on to that, not only the athletic part of that, it's the vibe, right?
Yeah.
We would honestly would bring people out and say, oh, yo, if they gel with our group of guys, we'll accept them, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Like, not only that we're a Guyanese team, we have another one of our boys, he's from Argentina, right? He may not be the same skin color as us, but he's the same vibe as us, right?
Yeah.
And we accept him with open arms. And if you ask anybody, he's Guyanese as well.
Yeah.
Shout out
Right?
to
Like,
He's the one with the only
Yeah.
Argentina flag on his jersey.
exactly. So
That's
like,
yeah.
we shout out all those guys that are on our team that bring in. We won't say we're locked off into like one culture, but like if the vibes are right, you're with us. Kind
Yeah.
of thing.
That's dope. That's dope. It's very inclusive. That's what you said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Shaun, how do you guys prepare mentally and physically for the big tournaments? Obviously come up for you guys now.
Yeah, so with that tournament in New York that we're playing in a few weeks, mentally, honestly, we just go out there and we try to have fun. It starts with fun, and getting your mindset right for it is, honestly, I use this sport as my break.
Yeah.
So after work and everything like that, it's good to get your mind off of everything and just
Stressful
come
day
out and
stuff.
just hit the ball, man. Hit it as hard as you can.
That's where you hang out.
That's
Exactly.
it. Honestly, it works for a lot of us.
Yeah. Daniel, what would you say? So like, what do the veteran players like? How do they play a role to mentor the new guys?
The veteran players play a significant role because those are the guys that are mentoring the new guys on our team.
Yeah.
And sometimes that constructive criticism, it's what helps those new players to become better players.
Yeah.
And that gives that also helps for the vibe of the team.
Yeah. And probably building that like comfortability with the new players, because I'm pretty sure obviously you guys have probably been in a situation where you've joined like a new team and then you're not sure how everyone's gonna be treating you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it starts with, like, first impressions are very important, right? So
Mhm.
that's good that you guys have that, because obviously it's hard to find that nowadays, obviously, because everyone has egos, right?
It took me a
100%.
little while to find it. I played with 4 teams last year.
Oh shit.
Like
Yeah.
I played from Sunday all the way to Friday,
Yeah,
and then stuck with Hooligans
that's good.
after I dropped a few of them. But that's just how it is, though. Like
Yeah,
you could commit, but you can't commit to everything.
yeah,
Oh.
100%.
And you
And
gotta
then
find your groove.
You guys always, that's the one thing you guys always said though, is just it's the vibe of
Mhm.
and
Exactly.
then you guys all bring that. So
To add on to that,
Yeah.
as well. So talking about the vibe of this team, not only that it's only a couple guys, is like 12 of us, right? All the guys bring out their girlfriends, they bring out their wives,
Whatever
yeah,
they're
or
into.
whatever their parents and family, and it's literally a big thing, right?
Yeah.
Whereas other teams kind of exclude them, right?
So to add on to that, we're building a brotherhood, but we're also building a community within a community.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the good part about it, to be
Mhm.
honest. Like having the following and
Yeah.
having 60 people show up at a beer league softball game it's pretty fun.
You don't
know
really
what I mean?
see that. That's
No.
kind of unheard of. So that's dope that you guys are doing that, because it's very inclusive. You know what I mean? And then it's something to look forward to. And then you obviously got like good vibes. You guys obviously probably like after the games just have a couple of beers and stuff.
Not
and
only
vibe
that,
out.
the other teams come
A
over
few.
to us and they vibe with us.
Oh, so there you go. So-
Literally, like they come to us, our
Yeah,
group,
we got like our truck,
and-
and then
exactly, and
Yeah.
everyone's just vibing with us. They're like, "Yo, you guys are cool," blah 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 blah. Like, yeah,
like, how do you guys set this up every week?
yeah,
We always try to do
come
like a hangout afterwards.
yeah.
Where we discuss the game, talk about the next week, what we're gonna do for the weekend.
Yeah.
We always try to include everybody in what we're doing. So we also do group activities after the games.
Yeah.
During the weekends, and it just helps the bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you guys get your schedules like the whole for the
Yeah.
whole season,
Yeah.
or is it like weekly? Oh,
So
okay.
No, it's week, the whole thing we get.
Yeah, I believe
okay.
we get it on the end of this month.
Yeah.
Our schedule will be released, and we're doing 60 games this year,
Yeah, 60 games.
not including playoffs.
That's
So it's
dope.
2 games a night.
Yeah.
So Wednesday 2 games, and then Thursday 2 games. But
So what would you say was probably, I guess for Joseph, like what was some of the best moments on the Hooligans team? You would say.
Me personally, just the bond before the game and after the game. All right, before the game, sometimes we knock some dominoes. You
Yeah.
know, we're stretching. We're just talking about our day. Mind you, as these guys said, this is a melts a break for all of us, right? After work, you just want to hang out and chill out. This is a perfect pastime, right? So
Yeah.
I believe like a lot of guys look forward to like their Wednesdays now, right? Whereas usually you're home sitting on a couch not doing nothing,
Yeah.
or
right?
at the bar.
Or at the bar or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be if you're into that too, right? But yeah, and after the game is the vibes, right?
Yeah.
And winning is is a bonus, right? You win, everyone's happy. You lose, you're like, oh god, whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It is the first season was rough. I can't lie to you, but after that, after this year, after last year,
That would make dudes not want to play anymore after
100%.
a season like that.
Yeah.
100%.
I wouldn't have been playing.
Exactly.
I think my favorite game was, I think I hit like 2 home runs, 6 strikeouts. I
Yeah.
remember, I think Naiem had the stat,
Jeez.
and a grand slam. So,
And his parents came.
oh, my
Oh,
parents came to that
yeah,
game too.
yeah.
Yeah. No, and I had to hit a home run in front of them. I think that's where the second one came out
Yeah.
of.
And
Oh, and I won MVP that game.
mhm.
Oh, so that was like you were like, yo, I could retire.
I'm
now.
just,
That was-
yeah,
that
I'm
was
an
his game.
MVP
That was his
all
moment.
yeah, all around.
That was his moment.
You're like, I could probably just retire now. I'm chilling. You know?
Yeah. Well, I live for the moment, right? So
Yeah.
the more somebody talks shit to me,
Oh,
I'm going to hit a home run.
Yeah. That's the
I
motivation.
can't lie. Within the first season that we had to the second season, you can see there was significant changes.
Yeah.
But definitely last year was a big improvement for our team.
Yeah.
And for 2025, we're looking for even more improvements.
That's good. That's good, man. So thoughts. Obviously, we were talking about New York for a little bit. So thoughts on obviously playing in the States in April. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm quite nervous, to be honest.
Understandably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube and you type in USA softball or whatever, it's always these big guys that just launch the ball over the
Yeah.
over the roof, right? So obviously there is going to be some nerves, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the
Perfectly
day,
normal.
we are representing Ontario. We are representing Canada in a sense.
Yeah.
So when we get onto that pitch, I believe all of the nerves go away, right? And we just focus on the game, and if you win, we win. You lose, you lose. It is what it is, right? But for sure, I know next year they're gonna call us back because that's
Yeah.
how hard we're gonna.
It might
play.
be a little different too. We're playing on turf,
Exactly.
Oh,
so
okay.
the ball might bounce a little differently.
I was gonna say. So how does that play a factor too? Like,
So with our practice facility, we've been playing on turf currently.
Yeah.
Just to practice and get the feel for it. But I think it might be better, to be honest, with how
Yeah.
we react with it.
Mhm.
With the ground and the fields we have here, they're very uncertain. You could break your ankle on like a pot on a pothole, if you're not watching where
Yeah.
you're running. So with the turf, I think it'll be more easy to judge.
yeah.
But I don't know. I hope we don't run into no Dominican teams from like Florida or anything like that to show us how to really play.
Yeah.
To add on to what Shaun and Joseph said, yes, it is a bit nervous because it's the first time going out there.
Yeah.
But I still think that the team is going out there with a winner's mindset. It's literally our entire mindset for the Hooligans.
Yeah.
And win or lose, I think they're gonna have an amazing time, and it's good that they're getting this experience for them as well.
What is that? April 13th?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
real
So
soon.
come out.
Yeah.
Just now.
Take a trip.
Literally.
So if you guys could describe the Hooligans softball team in 3 words, what would they be?
Honestly, resilient, determined,
Demure.
and passionate.
Nice.
Yeah, demure.
To add on, demure.
You gonna add on to that?
Yeah. 3 words. We're very passionate bunch of guys. Very inclusive, I want to say.
Yeah.
And very competitive. Like we have a brotherhood here. Like you pick on one guy, you pick on all of us. Kind of
See,
thing.
yeah, you can show that if
Right.
you guys want to see the
Yeah.
show that off. Everyone signed it.
Signed ball. Oh, it actually says MVP on this too. If you want to see it,
me see
Joseph,
it.
have you seen that?
I've seen it. It's very nice. It's very nice. And every year we're gonna have one of these.
Yeah.
Hopefully we sign some jerseys. Maybe we're like the Blue Jays.
You can add on to that. Actually, who were made you guys' jerseys and the came up with the design, like the logo and
So our president here actually worked day and night on the back end. He might not be playing.
Yeah.
But like he is
He does a
pretty much
lot
he's
of
pretty
work.
much the heart of
A
the
lot,
team.
yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of the
Right.
stuff goes through Daniel, and it's crazy because a lot of the team doesn't know it,
yeah.
Yeah.
but he handles everything.
Shout out to Stefan and Joseph too. They came up with the legwork of the team. So like this design of the logo was created by both Stefan and Joseph.
Shut up.
Here, give that to him.
Yeah. So you can want to do the shout out for the thing. So this is our old jersey, obviously, right?
Yeah.
We're going through a whole redesign right now.
Exactly.
Shout out Ink Bomb for designing our new
shout
jerseys
out
for
them,
this
yo.
season. So the sponsors that we had last year was Caribbean Lime, Calypso Hot, SC Sounds, Sirius Jewelry, Refresh Interior Auto Spa, shout them out. We also had Murphy's Barbershop, David's Home Product, and Rapid Auto. And I believe we also had one more sponsor, which was Platinum Lounge and Events. Those were our sponsors for last year.
Wow.
This year, we've definitely added more sponsors.
Got about like 22 sponsors this year.
Actually, 23 now.
Is it 23?
Exactly.
23 now.
Yeah,
He's
for
there.
sure.
He's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
get on
you,
there,
guys.
bro. We're creating a banner. I think the sponsors are gonna love it, and it's just also to generate, exposure for
Once
everybody.
again, shout out Ink Bomb.
Yeah, Ink Bomb is they've done actually some of my hoodies and stuff. too, so
Honestly,
shout out them.
we just met them, and
Mad cool.
honestly, yeah, like they even got I think a studio of themselves.
Yeah.
that-
So they
I
have
don't know,
a good
really
studio
nice
too
people
there.
over there.
So where do you guys see the team for the foreseeable future in the next few
First
years?
place. Oh, foreseeable future.
I mean,
I think this is a
light.
this is a lifetime team for sure.
Yeah.
So my thoughts on that is I see it being a league by itself, maybe even having a little league, and to add on to that, more incentives and more team building activities.
I'm down for the little league team. Actually, I don't mind coaching a
We
little
gotta
league
start.
team.
We gotta start making that.
And
though.
some of the
Yeah.
senior guys being coaches.
Yeah,
I guess they're having a management team though.
exactly. Yeah, no, it's only the sky from here. So
Yeah, for sure.
Sky's the limit for sure.
That's exciting, boys. That's exciting. What does it mean to you to have a strong sponsor like Calypso Hut backing you guys up?
Yeah, honestly, shout out Calypso Hot, shout out Caribbean Lime, for their generous hospitality. Their support means a lot to us because when we go out there and people see their logos on our jersey, they're a reputable brand within the community, and it just helps us to gain more supporters.
Yeah.
And that's really important for us because as we gain supporters, it's also helping us build our sponsorships as well. And like I said, they've been nothing but the best support for us overall for our team within the community.
Shout out them. So you guys probably noticed that there's two different players here now. Probably wondering how the thing happened, but these are two other players from the softball team of the Hooligans. You guys can introduce yourselves.
I'm Stefan. We heard my name a few times with Joseph here. So me and him helped start the team. And it's been going great so far for like 2 years. We've been really, really, improving, getting the right people in. It's not just about getting players in, it's getting the right people in. So we're really happy, and thanks to Rashawn for having us, but we're really excited to share our stories about the Hooligans.
Yeah, my name's Naiem. I currently play second base there. I got into the Hooligans a couple years ago. It was actually off like a whim. I got a text message from Joseph on WhatsApp from this random number. He's like, "Do you want to play ball?" And I'm like, "All right, cool, man. Like, I think this is gonna be fun." And then that was when you first started with the baby blue jerseys.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then I was like a call up playing 1 or 2 games, and then
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself. And then we started doing the thing with these black jerseys, and then we kind of started rolling from there. And it was the first time I really got into a team with brown guys,
Yeah.
So that was really nice. Like it's always like Portuguese dudes, white guys, Italians, whatever. So it was the first time where I was like our main demographic was Guyanese guys.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is pretty sick. It's not a cricket team.
Yeah.
Like it's a baseball team,
Exactly.
I think
So-
if there was like any Guyanese team, it was known for like a
Cricket,
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's always a cricket dance, but never a softball dance,
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's how I got started with the Hooligans. It's been a nice ride since.
So like obviously, you've come to different teams. Like, how long have you guys been playing baseball? You would say.
So I played baseball a little bit when I was younger.
Yeah.
When we started the team off with just pretty much me and Joseph knowing the rules, right? So
Yeah.
like you mentioned before, we had some guys. I remember a time our first year, we had a bunch of cricket guys come. And in cricket, when you catch the ball, you throw it in the air and you're excited that you caught it.
Yeah.
But in baseball, you can't do it. But some guy caught the ball, threw it in the air, accelerating like he did something good. and the other team ran and made a home run. So you know, knowing the rules is very important. So you know, me and Joseph's help the first couple of years, we really established what the rules are, and with Joseph and with Shaun and with Naiem coming in, we're really good on the rules, and we have a bunch of good guys that really knows most of the rules now.
Yeah, for me, it's actually ironic you mentioned cricket, where it's like I was born in Guyana. That's all we played. They never played baseball or softball, so I played that my whole life. Came to Canada, started playing cricket in middle school because I had like a Trini gym teacher, so he was mad cool. But then in high school, they never had no cricket. And the cricket that they had was just like a bunch of Indian guys, and that's all they spoke was Punjabi. So I didn't understand them. So I was like, what's the next best thing that I could like hit a ball but speak English? So then I went to softball team, and that's how I started playing softball in like grade 10. And then I've been playing all through my whole life through university. Then I started playing like hardball for a little bit, and I've been playing here. So yeah, knowing the rules and getting used to it is a completely different thing. But I also love cricket at the end of the day too. Like that's where it started. I think it all started there with all of us, right?
Yeah.
It's like how can we adapt to make it a little bit more westernized?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So how did you guys all meet?
So, well, me and Joseph, we've known each other our whole life.
Yeah.
We're cousins, but we're not really cousins.
It's like one of those.
One of those, right? We're just family.
Yeah.
And then just by connecting, networking. So me and Daniel met the president through some friends. Me and Shaun, we've known each other forever. I met Shaun in college when he was trying to be smart. And then Naiem just came and joined in. So we pretty much met each other through connections.
Yeah, we all kind of like fell in. I've known Stefan since I was in like 10th grade, but we never really like actually hung out. I've known Shaun for a while too, but like we never actually like kind of kicked it. And somehow it all kind of came together. And we all know like the circle is so small, but like when you go like 6 degrees of separation, it's like we know everybody all put together. It's crazy.
Even me and you, like I think we knew each other like since like high school, but like we never got to like actually like talk until like maybe the past couple of years. I think like
exactly,
and then me and you from Ryan, shout out Ryan from basketball at Kings Court.
Yeah, me and Rashawn had a weekly one. We used to play ball when I could play ball, and the weekly one was pretty good. So everybody knows everybody in this community. Yeah. It's really hard not to know people, especially if you're doing things like going out, going to the club, the bars, and obviously baseball now.
How do you guys feel about like having so much support, which is kind of hard to find nowadays? Like obviously it must mean like a lot to you guys that so many sponsorships want to like work with you guys.
I could take this one. So, when we first started off, we were really struggling to find partnerships because you can imagine us going to our community and say, hey, we play baseball. You want to sponsor? It's like they want to laugh at us, right? Yeah. But, starting last year, with Daniel's help and some of the other players, we were able to get some sponsors, some of the bars we attend, some of the places we go. Yeah. They started seeing our jerseys, started seeing what we're doing in the community, and they wanted to sponsor us. And this year we had overwhelming support. People know about us. They know, like, they want to be a part of us, and they want to, show themselves that they're sponsoring us. So we have some huge sponsors this year, with Clips of Hut, like Daniel said, and Caribbean Lime. But we have some smaller sponsors that you may not even know about them. Some DJs and some people that go to these events. Like we have SE Sounds, you can see on the hat over here. We have some other DJs like DJ Shoddy. We have what was the other DJ? We have InStyle. Yeah. InStyle's on there. We have some bigger sponsors like
Rated R.
We have Rated R as well.
Shout out Rated R,
yeah. So just bringing in the West Indian community, those guys are overwhelming support. Yeah. There's also other sponsors like
West Indian World Star.
West Indian World Star was a big one for us this year. Yeah. With the help of Shaun, he does like sort of like a meme page. Yeah. But he's really big in the community, and he was really excited. Like he was telling us like he wants to sponsor us, he wants to be a part of us, he wants to put our word out. So some of those bigger sponsors, West Indian community, just helps us grow our name, and we're really happy for them.
Shout out Arms Technology. Shout out David's Home Products. We have Refresh Auto. We have the 2K team. All these guys are going to be coming out to our games, right? And it's not like these guys are going to say, okay, yeah, here's X amount of dollars, right? They're going to come on and support us as well. We're going to support them. We're going to grow their business as much as we're going to grow our team. And they see how fast our team is growing, right? As in the beginning, I only had 10 guys on this team. So it was a 10 following. Now we have 500 plus. Okay.
Damn.
So who knows what's going to happen next year and the year after that. Yeah. And the year after that. Right. So let's just see where it takes us. Right.
Yeah. The sky is the limit for you guys. And, the one thing that I appreciated was that you reached out too, like that you guys were interested in being on the show. So, I appreciate you guys, taking the time to be here and being so insightful, because the one thing I appreciate was always seeing how connected you guys are and then how inclusive you guys are. So, shout out to you guys for doing that. I was going to talk about actually the awards. So where did the idea come up, and what was the whole like premise with it?
Well, I mean, it wasn't my idea, but I'll explain what happened. Like, we had a really it's the first time I've ever experienced something like that. It was really cool. So another one I think you guys mentioned, we had basically a hooligans night at Calypso Hut. Which was pretty dope. It was basically Joseph and Daniel. They took charge of the situation, and Stefan as well. So these guys did something pretty awesome that I never experienced before. Was they got together, they basically did like a voting poll for all the teammates based on like performance, MVP, just like different things that you would normally get. And like out of a show, like just like the Epsies or something like that, you know? And then we went to Calypso Hut and we had a really good time. And then everybody pretty much, we did the awards and we celebrated as a team. And so many people came out. Like the place was packed at the end of the night. Like it was ram-packed.
Shut down that whole,
so like,
the whole place.
It's a really good way to like give people their flowers as well. And then acknowledge like how much their presence on the team means by getting these awards. But it was really cool. We all got a medal. Some people got trophies. Like it was legit. Like it was heavy, bro. You know, it was a nice medal. Everybody was excited to get it. It showed like how, everybody showed up too. Like everybody showed up and showed out. So that was really nice.
For sure.
So we also, me and Joseph played cricket most of our lives, and we sort of got the idea from that. So, being part of a cricket team, there's sponsors, there's trophies, there's flowers, so on and so forth. But in softball, our first year, we didn't see any of that. Most teams don't have sponsors. They pay out of pocket. Most teams don't have events. They don't have the inclusive-ness that we want as a team.
That was like the first time I think I've seen that. So it was really dope.
We wanted to try to do that. So last year, we decided to have an awards night, have trophies, again, shout out the MVP. Probably heard about 10 times already. But
I'm gonna make a count.
By the way, we got
get a counter in the corner.
The MVP was actually was tied between three guys, but okay.
Just put the counter.
Right here in the middle, right here, just right.
But Shaun was MVP, a big part of our team last year. But it's really cool to have the awards. It makes us feel like we're a legit team, and it also makes people feel happy they're a part of the team and they want to join us. So great thing for the awards. We have huge stuff planned this year for the awards as well. We may even have bigger and better. We might have dinner. We might have a whole bunch of things we have planned this year.
Not only that, we also do like fun nights. So after the season finishes in September, it gets cold, obviously, right? Me personally, I like to keep everyone gelled together. But I don't want to leave you on September and then I see you back in May, right? So every month we actually had like a bowling night, or we're going to knock some dominoes, or we're going to do something with the team, right? Super Bowl. So everyone just came together once a month at least before the season started, and we just vibed out as boys, right? We're not only a team, we're boys at the end of the day, right? So that was very good, right? And obviously now we're practicing every week, right? So the bond is getting better and better every single week. We're all we're pretty much just getting better at all times.
So I was gonna ask, like, what would be probably some advice you would have for someone that's making a team? Like if they're going to start from scratch, to anyone that's watching, if they were to ever think about making a team, what would be some advice you would probably give to them about doing that?
Yeah, for sure. I will take this one. I'll look into the camera. So if anybody wants to make a team, Guyanese, do it. All right. It's fun. It's going to be a struggle at first, just because of, depending on your background. If you're athletic, if you're not athletic, there's always a spot for you in this environment. All right. It's very inclusive. You won't know until you jump into it. All right. Side story, there's a lot of guys now that I know, they would say, oh, Joseph, you're running a softball team. That's such an easy sport, A, B, and C, right? Why don't you play real baseball? And I'm like, bro, did you ever catch a ball in your life? Like, what are you telling me right now? All right. And these softballs aren't soft. You get hit with one of these in your head or your face, bro, you are out for a long time, right? Very serious injuries, right? So just come out, try it, and you'll see why, right? But if you want to start a team, yes, jump into the deep end. As long as you have a strong core, and what it is, you'll figure it out while you're going. And we are very open to helping other teams, right? Like if you guys have questions, always DM me, message me, right? I'm cool with it. Stefan's cool with it. Naiem, we're all cool guys here. We're not gonna be like, oh yeah, get out of here. Like
we noticed that we get a lot of feedback lately too from like other teams. Like when we were at practice the other day, right? Those two guys were like, yo, I wish our team was like your team. Like they're all just getting drunk right now, and you guys are out here on a Wednesday like practicing. It's inspiring other teams to be like have better camaraderie and work harder. If you like, we're all still having fun at the end of the day. Like we're still having a good time at this practice, but like other people are sleeping.
You could tell
like,
who
they're
the difference.
sleeping.
Who wants,
and it really helps,
it,
man. Like to shake off all the dust like after the winter, and like because if you were to just start playing again in May, you'd be injured in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so now we're practicing. We're trying to get all those like kinks out of our game, and then by May, it's like you're running like a well-oiled machine at that point.
Yeah.
You know.
I would also say there is a lot of administrative work. So like
Yeah.
you need that 1 or 2 people that are able to push those through. You know, it's almost like having another job because like there's a lot of time management and people management and you know trying to get
personalities. Yeah.
you know the personalities to match, people to show up for practice, pay their fees. You know, there's a lot of things that are
Yeah.
there that needs to be done in the background that many people don't see as
No,
not being
I
part
can
of the
relate to
team.
that, bro. Because I run a basketball team for my boys, the Venoms, and sometimes it's such a hassle to get the money from everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have to make the payments, you know. So I completely understand that. I was actually gonna ask you guys, like, you know, how did the opportunity come up to play in the States? Coming, like, obviously in April.
Yes.
You guys know the.
Pretty much, I am an umpire, right?
Yeah.
So I umpired for the past 2 years for softball.
Yeah.
Right. So I made some connections around, and I made a connection in the States as well. Whereas this umpire in the States he is umpiring here, but he's going to the States for this this tournament that we're going on, and pretty much I'm like, hey, look, I have my team. Are you guys open to a Canadian team, right? And he makes a few calls, and he's like, we want you guys to represent Canada now, kind of
so
thing. Like he
crazy.
pulled some strings. It was pretty much I asked him, and he asked me, and then he pulled some strings, and then now we're here, right? Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, just to add about the U.S. tournament, sorry. You know, we're going to play. You know, we are a good team, but you know, the teams we're going to play in there are probably, you know, a lot better than us. But we're not just going just to win. We obviously want to win, but it's good exposure for our team. You know,
Oh
to
yeah,
say like,
100%.
you know, a bunch. I bet you when we walk in there and they see a bunch of brown guys, are like,
Yeah.
oh, what are you
Gonna
guys
take
doing here?
lightly or something.
But
yeah.
like, it's good exposure for our team, and it's good for our content creation as well. Since
Yeah.
we're really trying to get into that, and you know, just it's good hangout. You know, the drive up is gonna be fun. We have an Airbnb. We're gonna
Yeah.
hang out at. It's a good team building exercise.
you
as
guys
well.
should start vlogging it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing.
It is. I think we probably most people are gonna do that. Like everybody's gonna make their own little videos, and we're probably gonna edit it into our hooligans thing.
Yeah.
But like to circle back with the umpire thing, I think that's a big thing that's actually I've noticed personally this year is that like because Joseph's an umpire, and our team plays with all these like other cultures and stuff like that, they've really drawn toward us. Like they actually like enjoy us hanging out there. Like we play music, we have like they're shocked how many people show up to our games.
Kind of reminds you like
Compared to like the
tailgate.
other bleacher, you know, like
Yeah.
you got like 2 people with their wives, and then
Yeah.
our bleachers filled with like coolers and speakers and people just
It's
trying
just
to
a
do.
vibe,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. And then these umpires see it, and you would think because like they would feel like we're disrupting it, but they actually, for the most part, they actually enjoy like the vibe that we're bringing to the league and stuff like that. It's because we play at Centennial, so there's enough other sports going on. So everybody's like, yo, what's going on over there? You know, like you hear this music, you see all these people. It's like they're very, very curious about what's happening. So that's
100%.
really cool.
Another thing to add on to that, because we're gonna have such a big crowd at our games, we are actually making a banner. So this banner is gonna be, I think 6x10 or something like that. It's gonna be on the fence, and it's gonna have all of our sponsors on it, right? So shout out Trey, you're gonna be on it as well. Congratulations! Shout out
Trey Fan
Keston Tire
Podcast.
Service. Shout out, who else am I missing there?
Roads photography. You know, we have so much sponsors.
RDZ. I
Yeah.
know all of
Yeah.
you guys are going to be on this big banner, and at the end of the day, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we got like even some of the like for me example, I don't have a company of my own, but some of the teammates they make their own personal donations just to like help out the team. Cause like once you kind of invest in it, it's like this is a lot of fun. Like I remember last year we did the MVP thing. So every game there was an MVP. But the cool part about that was every man was willing to volunteer to sponsor the MVP gift.
Yeah.
So for example, like Joseph bought it one day. I remember Stefan went traveling. He bought something for somebody from like another country. Savage went last year. He bought Domino's back. That was a sick gift. So that could have you're kind of like incentivized to play hard and play well. You know.
Yeah, after every single game, whoever's the best player gets the MVP award, and that could have been a bottle of rum. That could have been a tickets to the Blue Jays game. It could have been Domino's. It could have been a jersey. It doesn't matter what, right?
Yeah.
So this year, we kind of want to up the antics, and we're gonna see what we can pull off.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, man. It's been really fun. Like it's a fun ride, and like the commitment is not. It doesn't feel like a commitment. It feels like a break from life.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, you're like Wednesdays. I'm looking forward to this.
And I think that's very
It's
important.
like therapy, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Physical therapy, but still, you know.
It's really fun to come out. Like we played for other teams as well, and it's not like the same excitement. Like we look forward to Wednesdays or Thursdays or Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like we have so much excitement. Like when the day's over, we're like, oh, we're playing again. Like we want to come and play, and like other teams don't have that sort of camaraderie. They don't have like that sort of inclusiveness to be like, we want to hang out with the boys instead of just we have to go play baseball and we're going home.
That's the thing that people they just have a team just to play. You know,
Exactly.
Obviously, with you guys, it's a little different. You guys all come from that one idea where like you're gonna make a team. You know, you're all be very inclusive, and it's just a whole bunch. It's a brotherhood, basically. You know.
Yeah.
So during the fall season, probably the last question I have for you guys, like fall and winter, do you guys still play during that time? Is it like an indoor league or anything, or like what do you guys do during that time besides just obviously hanging out and still doing things like going bowling and whatever?
There are some indoor tournaments. We haven't really ventured much into that, but this year, since we have like a lot more guys, we have like 20 guys playing this year. We might do some things in the fall so we can add something.
Yeah, for sure. In the fall, there is indoor domes, but I believe for us, it's obviously a mental thing. You can't play baseball in the snow, obviously, right?
Yeah.
You can play hockey or whatever the case is, right? But I think most of us do play basketball, just to keep fit, right?
Yeah.
Rent a gym on Wednesdays or whatever the case is, and just run it, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is. We're not only limited to softball, right? Well, some guys play cricket, some guys play badminton. Some guys
when
play
we're doing our
soccer.
practices, we get the facility that we use. Shout out to Agility.
Agility Sports. Yeah.
We got like the turf, and then we have like a pickleball court or a badminton court. Like these guys got their asses bust in pickleball last Wednesday, so we try and just stay active, bro.
That's dope that you even play pickleball. That's actually sick.
Yeah, literally, and that facility that we use right now is pretty much is amazing. It's in
Yeah.
Brampton. These guys have sick rates, and they're cool guys.
Yep. One thing to add to we see how competitive we are. Like that's probably one of the main drivers of our team. We're very competitive, so anything we do, it's competitive. We can be, see who can run the fastest, and we want to see who runs the fastest.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's how competitive we are. That's probably why we're such a good team to gel together.
We go to Mandarin, who eats the most kind of
Who
thing.
can drink the most Coronas after a loss?
Exactly.
Any close remarks, guys? Anything else you guys want to say? Tomo?
Go ahead,
I can say,
Stefan.
thanks, Rashawn, for having us on.
Of course.
We try to support the community. So Rashawn's part of this community just as us, and he's doing something different. West Indians don't do podcasts, so he's doing something different. So we're supporting him, and hopefully, others can support him as well.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, this has been a really cool and fun experience. It's new to me. This is the first time. Hopefully, we could do it again.
Yeah.
100%.
Shout out to the community, any of our viewers, listeners, whatever happens. Just come out, support our games. Come to Hooligans, patronize our sponsors, and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever we got, right?
Exactly.
Plug in all your social medias.
Yeah.
For sure. And Trey, thank you for having us. We're really excited for the season and for you to put us on your podcast. It means a lot to us. Hopefully we can touch a lot of different venues and areas of the West Indian community, not only the West Indian community, the community in general. And we have a lot of stuff planned for the new season. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good ride.
I'm excited to see. We've just been joined here by the Hooligans Softball team. Thank you guys, and we out. All right.
All right, peace
Yes,
out.
sir.
Peace out.
Let's go, boys.
Nice.